Hi everyone, it's Sunday, September 4th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. So it was a week without any huge changes anywhere, but there were some alterations in the European market this week, so let's start there. Editor Andrea Guolo says that China's recent purchasing, the weak euro, and low slaughter are all supporting prices right now. In fact, in the UK and Ireland, sales are essentially scheduled for October because everyone's well sold. And because there aren't any short-term offers right now, and sales were few, if any, the British 36 Plus is one at 95 to €1, 95 cents to €1 per kilo. For European bulls, oddly enough, despite the fact that the auto sector is not in good shape, prices are currently rising. It's mainly because of very low slaughter. So North German bulls were up 5 cents at €1.10 to €1.15 per kilo, and that's for the 40 plus kilo selections. For European cows, what few deals were concluded had higher prices, and that's pretty much the case for many of the origins in Europe. In the veal sector, the situation's the same as it has been, as always, with the luxury brands taking all of the top materials. In his analysis, Andrea discusses the different scenarios for September and the prospects for each of the main categories. Turning to the U.S., the USDA announced that there would not be any export sales until the 15th of September, and at that time they're going to revert to the old reporting system until the bugs are worked out in the new one. Again, most said it was a fairly subdued week, with sales still challenging in many cases. And for the most part, prices look steady. Of course, steady at best is what most would say. And that's true for the highest reported levels, as well as the ones on volume that are not discussed, that are obviously a few dollars lower. Looking at heavy Texas steers, the price popped up by $1 this week at $26 for the 62, 64-pound selections. Cow sellers actually were breathing a bit easier this week, and that's because dairy cows, which have struggled for bids in recent weeks, they actually saw an uptick in interest and in some cases some improved sales prices. We do have slaughter numbers for the week, and at 638,000, the pre-holiday total is 6% lower than last week. And actually it's going to be lower in the coming week too because of Monday's Labor Day holiday here in the U.S. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel tells us that raw material prices slipped another 6 cents this week to $1.73 per kilo. The reference price of TR1 was unchanged at 78 cents per square foot, although, as last week, Ronald says it still remains under pressure. Other Latin origins were again stable during the week. In other news from Brazil, the footwear sector there exceeds 300,000 jobs created this year. Aba Calçados and Asintecal participate in a forum on tax exemptions. And from elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's slaughter is increasing and China is active in buying. In Chile, retail imports slowed down, but not footwear. Colombian footwear purchasing recovered in the first half of the year. And in Mexico, the CICEG says that the footwear industry will grow 10% this year. And finally, Peru announced that it's going to buy 5 million pairs of school shoes from micro and small companies. So that's all we have for this week. And until next week, good night from HideNet.